Good morning. Welcome to Simply Remarkable. Happy new month of August. This is a very special day for us. It's my birthday month, and we have several family members, so we celebrate all month. And it's the 16th anniversary of Remarkable, a Speakers Bureau. We're celebrating that. And I'm also celebrating another anniversary. This is my 58th year consecutively of serving in the speaking and entertainment industry in one form or another. Now, I want to share with you, we've recently received some incredible recognition that I just couldn't pass up to share. I just couldn't. We are now ranked 165th of the Triad's largest private companies as ranked by the Triad Business Journal. Also by the Triad Business Journal, we are ranked 85th as the largest woman-owned company. I own the company. I'll introduce my CFO in a minute. And right now, also, we received this one just recently. We are ranked 165th by the American City Business Journal out of Charlotte, North Carolina, for being one of the largest private companies. Now, wow, that was really exciting to see that come through. And then also, we have a waiting list now of speakers and entertainers who want to join Remarkable. I'm like, okay, everybody's wanting to join. All right. Now, I want to introduce today our amazing CFO, Carmen Falcone. He's the money guy. He's also my husband of 35 years. Thank you for all you do. I couldn't have done this without you and your support. And it's been a blessing, an honor to be your wife. Thank you. Now, today, we came on to share something important with you. Until last week, we thought today would be very different. After much prayer and counsel, we were actually prepared to walk away and announce the closing of Remarkable. We had explored all options, including our succession plan. Thank you, Mary Kelly and Meredith Elliott Powell, but that was not even an option. And we have a friend that has a saying that says, but God. She even has a t-shirt that she wears. And he was involved because, to our surprise, someone we didn't know, we'd never met before, gave us a call. And he said, I know about your situation. I am the solution, and I'm willing to help. And David, our guest today, has written a great book called The One Decision Away Philosophy. And we decided after reading this that we would take this offer. It was amazing. But here's a lesson that we have learned that we wanted to share with you. We talked about this, and I woke up one morning and I said, I think this is it. What do you think? And Carmen says, yeah, I think that's what we can share, and we can help others. So share our lesson learned, Carmen.
Yeah, we learned a valuable lesson. You can throw lots and lots of money at a problem, but until you find the root cause, money will it'll never solve it.
Isn't that true? How often have we done that? So I'm here to tell you today, all event planners, everyone that hires speakers and entertainers, we are not closing. We are launching and moving ahead. Our new website will be up in a few weeks. Be watching for that announcement. And we just created a LinkedIn newsletter called The Remarkable Edge that is receiving rave reviews. I want to thank all of our speakers and entertainers. You mean the world to us. We know you personally, And each of you played a part in this decision to stay in business. We didn't want to leave you, but we didn't know there was an option, but now we do. And I want to thank Lisa Raymond, who's our broadcast director. Look, she is always there for us. She is coming up with ideas of what we can do. And I just want to thank you, Lisa, for always being there. Thank you so much. And now Carmen is going to exit because his job on Friday mornings, his office is on the other side, and his job is to listen and see how I can improve. I love that. I get instant feedback and I love it. So you can go do your job now, honey. I love you. Now, I hope you enjoyed our surprise and celebration, because it is going to be something to remember the rest of our lives. And now let me introduce our special featured guest. He came on at the last minute because, as you can see, I didn't plan on having any other guests. And we also wanted to celebrate the launch of his new book anyway. So he decided, his schedule gave us time. So that was great. And he came from a captain with the New York State Police. He was at Ground Zero 9/11, to building $1 million international direct sales business, to becoming a trusted keynote speaker and #1 best-selling author of One Decision Away Philosophy, David Atkins. Now, he is living proof that one decision can change everything. And now, David, I can join that.
Yeah.
One decision can change everything. Now, David, I know you travel a lot. So where are you coming to us from today?
I'm my home office today. Hello, everybody, and congrats to Remarkable and Sue and being able to make that decision to move forward in faith over fear. Right?
Yes.
I am in New York. Is my home state, and I've been here my entire life. So I am live from a rainy, kind of humid New York today on this Friday.
Well, we're kind of in the same path here.
Yeah.
Okay. We had to have lighting come here to make sure we could see us. It's pretty dark outside.
Yeah.
But thank you for joining us today
Of
and
course.
sharing your book. And I just want to thank you. It was a key in our decision to continue Remarkable after everything we'd been through. And your encouragement also pushed me to advance another goal
Okay.
in my workouts. Because as all you know that follow David and can see him everywhere, he's this ultra marathon guy. He stays in shape. And thanks, Lindy, for being proud of us. Thank you for always being there, Lindy. And he pushed me for workouts. And I just wanted you to know that this is a big milestone for me. And I wanted to show you that I can do this. All right. Okay. I started out at 3-pound weights lifting. Now that was a stretch for me because I'd never lifted weights. Didn't know the need. And my trainer says, oh yeah. She says, I know you're young and in good shape, but she said, Dolly Parton, who shares your birthday here, trains every day. So Sue, you need to get with it. And I said, okay. So I went to 3, then I went to 5, and I just graduated to 8.
Nice.
8 pounds.
Yes.
8 pounds. These are not easy, guys. These are not
you're looking
easy,
good.
but I'm
Good
loving
and strong. That's great.
it. And that's straight.
That's
and
great.
Cool. So thank you, David,
You're
for
welcome.
keeping my health going so I can keep Remarkable going.
You got it.
That's how we have to do this, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Isn't that cool? I just want to thank you for that, because
You're welcome.
without your encouragement, I probably would have said forever, oh yeah, I'm thinking about that.
Well, you look great. Great and strong.
Yeah, I really am. And the transition was easier than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Now, when you do it, squats and legs, now that's tough. You know what? We're doing it. And we have a group that meets here every Monday night that are doing it too. So
I love it.
we've been encouraged to do that. So
I
David,
love it.
let's get into asking the questions that everybody wants to hear.
Yeah.
Now, what, David, was the first speaking opportunity that changed everything for you, that you thought you could be a speaker?
Speaker.
What was the first?
That's a great question. It's kind of a loaded question. So prior to being a professional speaker since 2021, I spoke basically for free through my direct sales company, Beachbody, for 10 years. Started with in a small library to 15 people, Sue, and then ultimately grew to 100, 250, 1,000. Then it was 20,000 in the NFL Superdome. And it was, I had that feeling. It became natural to me. I like to say, I feel like that my success in business with Beachbody kind of goes into my one decision away, but I stepped into making a decision to do a business that everybody said won't work. It's a pyramid scheme. You're wasting your time. And then I did it and I started having success. And I like to say, then I believe God revealed to me a gift I didn't know I had, because when they started asking me to speak in front of hundreds and thousands of people, speaking came natural to me. And I will tell you, it was the 20,000 person NFL Superdome event that when I spoke in the bathroom afterwards, I finished up, and an executive in Beachbody was like, "David, you have a gift." And he's like, "Have you ever thought of being a keynote, like motivational speaker?" And at the time, I'm like, keynote speaker. I have 3 daughters. I'm married. I run an entire county with the state police as a captain. And I have this business, this team of 1,400 people internationally. How can I handle anything else more on my plate? Right. But I had that tug in my heart. And I kind of, as I said before, I fueled my faith and starved my fears and took that leap of faith in 2020 into 21 to be a speaker, because I felt like it was a part of a chapter of my life I needed to step into. So I would say it was a culmination of those years, Sue, seeing something that came natural to me. And then after that big event that brought some tears to my eyes, because the text messages were coming in like, "David, oh my God, your message was so powerful." It kind of hit me like hitting a brick wall. Like, what just happened? I just spoke in this huge group. And then that executive making the comment in passing in the bathroom, literally we were washing hands, was kind of that pivotal moment when I said, maybe I need to lean into this.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
That is how things happen. That is how things
Exactly.
happen. And
Exactly.
I know, facing those direct sales,
Yeah.
because everyone will tell you, "Oh yeah, you don't need to do that. Oh
Right.
no, you don't need to get in that." I was in direct sales for 10 years as
There
a
you go.
leadership, and it was a pivotal moment in my life,
There you go.
because I got to speak, I got to train, I
Mm,
got to bring in speakers, I got to do some of the things I do today,
yeah.
and those skills transfer then.
Mm,
So I wouldn't take anything for those 10 years,
nope.
that I spent building that business, because then I realized I could build a business.
Exactly.
And then, so
Exactly.
when I became a speaker, and then when I started Remarkable 16 years ago, I started from scratch.
Yep.
We
There
had
you go.
6 local speakers.
There you go. See?
So that's kind of our story. So thank you for sharing that.
Yes.
Because people need to know
Yes.
direct sales is not all bad.
No, it's hard work for sure.
It is hard work, very hard work.
Yeah.
Now, when you were building that big direct sales company, at that point, what were your biggest challenges in building that business?
I think the biggest challenge with anything is having a vision that's powerful enough to overcome the obstacles and failures, right? I came from a place when I started, my wife and I were 6 figures in debt, living paycheck to paycheck. We were 20, 25 pounds. I was 20, 25 pounds heavier than I was now. And it originally started, let me just do these workout programs to get in shape, because my wife and I realized, like, we can't go on like this anymore, living paycheck to paycheck, but not even that, being stressed out all the time, exhausted all the time. Our health wasn't good. My wife struggled to lose the baby weight. And it was at that moment, we realized our kids deserve the best of us, not what's left of us. And that was the driving force, to get ourselves in shape so that we're here for them a long time. And then what started happening very organically is when we got results, people started asking us, "Hey, what are you doing? You guys look great." And then we felt a calling to pay it forward, and not realizing at the time there was a business opportunity. We were just sending them like, "Yeah, we did this program, P90X, go to beachbody.com," not realizing that there was a business that came in our lap. It's this whole thing with my one decision, the one decision to get healthy and fit. Then life revealed to me a business that I didn't know existed with network marketing when we were in debt. So we're like, let's make that decision. And then that drove us to work hard to get out of the debt that we were in and make more better financial choices. And we followed the Dave Ramsey Total Money Makeover book to a T while we were building this business and getting fit. And then, that one decision led to the speaking. But I think the driving force and the most important thing, Sue, is that we had a why that was bigger than ourselves. The why started off getting healthy and fit for our kids and for each other, because when we took care of our bodies, we were less stressed towards each other. We weren't bickering as much. Our marriage improved. Like, your energy is better when you take care of your physical health. So that's the byproduct we love, because the why to drive us to do it was each other and then our kids, and then let's get ourselves out of debt. And even now as a speaker, I love what I do because serving and empowering others to live up to their potential, to realizing there's a decision that they need to make in their life right now, and it's different for everybody. But if they lean into that one decision, life or God will reveal to you what's next, like helping people level up their life to live up to their fullest potential. So I think the short answer is what drove us: having a big vision and having a powerful why.
And that's so key, because that's what will keep you more than anything else. And I didn't know that backstory about Dave Ramsey, because we're Dave Ramseyettes and we've taught the classes. We are totally debt free. That was part of our plan, as well as, I had to get in shape too. I used to weigh over 300 pounds.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And so the whole thing, it is deciding to get where you want to go.
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing that, because
absolutely.
And so when we were trying to make this one big decision a week ago, we weren't going into debt. Yeah. We weren't. That wasn't an option. And we didn't have to. So that was that. Now, what, David, is one of the most, because I hear this all the time, being a former trainer for Dave Ramsey, we've heard it all the time. What is the most common misconception people have about making life-changing decisions?
When it comes to money, I think we're talking about Dave Ramsey. I think it's that if you make more, you think you'll get out of debt, but it's until you are willing to change that things will change. Because most people, you make more, you spend more. And I was a product of that. I made good money as a detective at the state police at the time. I was making six figures. My wife was a school teacher with her master's degree, plus 60 credits on top of that. We were making good money, but we were spending and doing foolish things. So I think the biggest thing was, until you are willing to change and take ownership of your life and realize we cannot control the circumstances of our life. We cannot control the economy or the pandemic or what side of the fence you may be on with politics. It doesn't matter. But what we can control is how we react, right? Our attitude is a choice. Our energy is a choice. So it was until I realized that I need to take ownership of my life and stop giving power over circumstances and people or naysayers or critics or just life power over me. It wasn't until I changed that things changed. And I'll tell you, Sue, once I had that flip of a mindset to not allow others or not allow circumstances to control me, it's like the most freeing thing in the world, because you don't allow somebody else to have power over your life.
And you have to get to that point.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard because those feelings and emotions are there.
Absolutely.
And you have to really fight against them. So I know that. Now, in your new book, the one decision away philosophy, and then it says one decision can change everything. Yeah. What exactly is that philosophy?
I'll tell you. So it was a kind of a little bit of my story that what happened. So when my wife and I were six figures in debt, back to what we were saying, and we were overweight, I knew that we were not on a good path with our relationship, with our health, with our marriage as parents. And I said, I need to talk to my wife. Like, I need to sit her down and have this conversation and talk to her like this can't continue anymore. And all the negative self-doubt, fear, what if she doesn't hear me out? What if she doesn't believe what I'm going to say? What if she's not on board? But I had to overcome that. And I remember this pivotal moment. I made the one decision to speak to her, not when our kids were running around in the kitchen at 6 o'clock at night during dinner. It was like 9:30 at night, and sitting her down and saying, like, babe, we can't go on like this anymore. Like, our finances, our health. And you know what? She totally heard me out and agreed. And the first thing we did, which I shared, was we made the one decision to take care of our physical health. And then that one decision led to a business opportunity we didn't know existed. And then that one decision led to me speaking and the gift that I believe was revealed to me from God. And then that one decision led to be a keynote speaker, and then one book, and then now this book, which became a #1 bestseller. But here's my point to answer your question. I wouldn't be standing here on this message, sitting here today, speaking to you, Sue, if it wasn't for the one decision I made to speak to my wife. And so often in life, we worry about what we need to do 3 weeks, 3 months, 1 year from now. But I'm a big believer that life will reveal to you, the universe or God will reveal to you what you need to do next if you can make that one pressing decision in your life right now. And it's different for everybody. Some people, it may be their health like me, or it may be your finances, or it may be to take your business to the next level, or go for that promotion at work, or to change careers, or start that side little, extracurricular activity. I don't know what it is. It's different for everybody, but there's one decision that people know in their heart that they're procrastinating on, that if they make, that decision can change everything. And for me, that's been the trajectory of my life. And just because the crazy part is, just because I spoke at the time, it was my marriage I made the one decision about, doesn't mean if that pressing decision is for your marriage, it won't positively impact other areas of your life, because the one decision I made to speak to my wife led to us to better health, to a business, to a gift of me speaking, to being an author, to ultimately getting here today. So it doesn't mean that the path is going to be straight and linear in whatever that decision is. It just means to make the one decision, to stop overcomplicating your life, which we do so often, and to just move the needle a little bit each day, doing the one thing that you need to do. And I have the subtitle, and here, one decision can change everything, because that one decision to speak to my wife literally changed everything to where I am today. Does that make sense?
It does, because I can so relate. As you can see, my husband and I are opposites.
Yeah.
He's a listener, except when you get to know him, he can talk your head off. But, yeah, I said that, honey.
Yeah.
But I love the conversations.
Mm.
And we always communicated, but you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Until we decided what I needed to do.
Yep.
Because it was more about me than him. He had he had a thing that calm and no drama and all. And I could be the drama queen, and can't we all? And so, yeah, that was great, and we still do. Just like this period. Woo!
Yep.
We've had some great conversations.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
we know where God led us to the right place, and we listened.
Yeah.
And we communicated that. And so that's what you bring to us, that you have to take that time. It's all about relationships.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, when you're speaking to audiences, and I've seen you speak, let me just tell you, love to be in your audiences. Yes. Right up my alley. Mm-hmm. What's the one message, though, that you most want your audiences to walk away with?
I love it. I've had that wherever you are in your life right now, this may be a page in your life. It may be a chapter in your life. It's not the book of your life, and you still have time. It doesn't matter if you're 10 years old or 100 years old. You have breath, you have fresh air. There's time to do that one thing or that area you need to move forward in your life. And that's the biggest thing that I think. And I know I strongly feel about that, because I've had people, like I remember I had a gentleman in his late 70s, and he came up to me, and it's a testimonial on my page. He said, David, I was ready to give up in my life. I really was at the point ready to give up, but you let me know that it's not too late to go after your goals and dreams. So that's the big thing that I drive home, is just that, at times, like the definition of the one decision away philosophy, Sue, it's a choice made in the present moment, backed by courage and faith to move you one step closer to your goals. And I say that because your two words, courage and faith, I say courage because we all have fear. We all have obstacles we're going to face. Like the first part of my book, when I broke it up in sections, the first part is, these are the obstacles you're going to face when it comes to making that decision. It may be fear, self-doubt, comparison. You may feel very lonely. You may have lack of support. Like these are obstacles. So, but it takes one little word to overcome them. And it's just having a little bit of courage, right? I share with them getting up on stage, even though I've done it so much, I always have a little bit of fear, but I step into it with a little bit of courage. So courage has to be part of the one decision. And the second is, I say faith, because faith is the belief in things you cannot see. So even for this gentleman in the 70s, or even me now, and even in this journey as I'm growing as a speaker, I have to go on the things I cannot see. So often we want to physically see the next step, and it doesn't work like that. And for me, being a man of faith, like I truly believe there comes a point in time, and I'm this way, that if I do everything in my heart, I put the work in, I'm leading with the servant's mindset, like you have to surrender to a higher power. And for me, surrender it to God. Like I'm doing everything I can, and I have the faith that's there. And, I have the belief that, God will take it from here. So it's just a surrender. So that's like the definition and where it comes from.
And look, we have one of our guests here that Lucy says, big vision plus powerful why equals wow.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lucy. I love that. Hey, you
Yeah.
got something there. We all learned something. Thank you for sharing that, Lucy, because that's key.
Yeah.
That's key. I mean, it is. And thank you for sharing your heart.
No, of course.
That's what people see. They want to see out there the real, the authentic.
No, absolutely. And nobody's perfect, Sue. Like the thing is this, every day you have to pay the toll to grow, right? Every day, life will be, it's very easy to have negativity slip in your mindset. This morning on the way to the gym, I was listening to Tony Robbins. Like I am very intentional every day to work on my mindset, because if you don't, it's very easy to fall into what we see on the news and social media, and you immediately go to all the negative self-thoughts. So for me, every day, the one decision is, what do I need to do today to improve than I was yesterday, right? Don't compare my chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 12. Or I tell people, don't compare your chapter 1 to my chapter 12. Work on making the one decision today to be better than you were yesterday. And I still today always am making the one decisions to make sure I'm moving forward. It's not like you arrive when you hit success. It's a growth journey, right? And I like to say,
there's a lot going that you have to put into it. Yes.
You have to go through it. In my book, I say you have to grow through it. Like not only did you go through everything that happened Remarkable, you've grown through it. You have learned things. In my Beachbody business, I said I had to go through that to prepare me to be a speaker, right? I'll keep it very honest and real, is like losing $100 sale on a fitness program. I had to learn to do that, because losing a big speaking event at a much higher price tag is a bigger sacrifice. The bigger the goal, the bigger the sacrifice. So it's the journey to grow to be able to handle the bigger things.
Yeah, and I've lost a few of those. Yes, myself.
Yes.
We're all there. But now, David, I know I told you this time flies by so quickly. In closing, what are you going to do today to be remarkable? And is there anything else you want to share?
Ah, that's great. So I always start off my morning with my gratitude, to make sure I'm grateful for what I have. I got a little workout in this morning. I'm going to meet somebody else, a buddy of mine, to go do a run, and then I'm going to work on my business, and then family time. Friday nights for us is usually family time. It's homemade pizza night, because I'm a girl dad of 3 girls. I'm married, and I'm a family first person. So I do the stuff to take care of my mindset and health first in the morning. It's not selfish, it's selfless. So then everybody gets a better version of me. Then I work my business, and then I have family time prepared for the weekend. So to me, that's remarkable for me, to be able to have family first and to take care of myself as well.
Right. Tonight's date night. Yes, definitely. Now, thank you so much. Now, to our audience out there, what are you going to do today to be remarkable? Have you heard some things that maybe you need to make one decision? Could be time for you. We're here to share that en masse today. And we'd love to hear what you're going to do to be remarkable today. Just leave it in the comments here, or we're out there all over. You can give us that. And thanks so much, David, for joining us today.
Of course.
I wish you a remarkable rest of 2025, and that we get to work together. Yes. and much continued success in helping people see that they are only one decision away from changing their lives, because they are. Now, event planners, your next event needs a speaker who's lived it. From ground zero to $1 million success, David Atkins delivers real transformation. Your next extraordinary event is only one decision away.
That's right.
So we hope that you will contact us today with the information that's here on the screen so that you can make sure that David Atkins is at your next event. Because as you can see, he is busy. So contact us today. Now plan on joining us back here next week. That's so good to say. That is just awesome to say. Where that'll be August the 8th, next Friday, where our featured guest will be Hall of Fame speaker, international award-winning leadership keynote speaker. She's a U.S. Navy retired commander, best-selling author, executive consultant and coach, CEO of Productive Leaders, Dr. Mary Kelly. She will show us how to lead confidently through crisis, challenges, and change. You won't want to miss this conversation with this exciting speaker. Now, thanks for joining us today. I love what I get to do, and I'm so thankful and grateful that I get to keep doing it. And as our tagline says, let's be remarkable together. Now, I always end with this because I want us to never forget. I want us to remember to continue to pray and support those who are recovering from the devastating effects of the recent Texas and North Carolina floods, Hurricane Helene, and the California fires, especially here in North Carolina. We know them personally. We have relatives involved. It will be a long-term recovery for this huge amount of people. And we don't want to forget them. The press and everybody may have forgotten them, but we don't want to forget them. So whatever you can do, make sure you help. Now, I am wishing you a happy summer weekend. Stay cool, because we're all going to be really warm. And Lisa is in Phoenix, so hey, we want her some, I want to send her some of our rain, see if we can do that. And we will see you back here next week. Thank you so much for everything. Thanks, David.
Bye-bye.
Bye.